In first part of our video on idioms and proverbs, we learnt the first 25 commonly used idioms. In this part of the video, we will learn another 25. Here again, I'll explain you the idiom first and then we'll take an example. 1. Eat, sleep and breathe something. This means being so enthusiastic and passionate about something that you think about it all the time. For example, my son has recently learned cycling. He eats, sleeps and breathes it now. Next, with bells on. When you are delighted and eager to go somewhere, you are set to go with bells on. For example, the New Year party at the beach is most awaited. I will be there with bells on. Next, fever pitch. When a feeling is very intense and exciting, it is said to be at a fever pitch. For example, his love for music had reached a fever pitch before he became a world-known musician. Next, blood, sweat and tears. It refers to something that requires a lot of effort and hard work. For example, being the captain of Indian cricket team is not just a matter of luck for him. It is his blood, sweat and tears which has got him here. Next one, have on the brain. It means thinking or talking about it all day long. For example, he has just got engaged. Now, he has his fiancée on his brain all the time. Next, fling yourself into. It means doing something with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. For example, flinging himself into the exercise routine is the reason for his good physique. Next, raring to go. It refers to being very eager and enthusiastic about the idea of doing something. For example, my kids wish to see the animals. They are raring to go to zoo. The next one, Xerox subsidy. That is, using the office photocopier for personal use. For example, the office now has a strict policy about Xerox subsidy. The next one, get a grip on yourself. It means controlling your feelings to deal with a situation. For example, Reema saw her jewelry and cash missing from the almirah. After the initial shock, she got a grip on herself and called up the police. The next one, hang on by fingernails. That is, continuing to do something in a very difficult situation. For example, the market for wristwatches has suffered a big loss after the arrival of mobile phones. The survivors are just hanging on by their fingernails. The next one, pull out all the stops. That is, doing everything you can to make something successful. For example, the deadline for the project is fast arriving. We have pulled out all the stops for timely completion. Next, buckle down. That is, doing some hard work with determination and full attention. For example, getting through the exam for civil services is possible when you have buckled down yourself. The next one, first out of the gate. That is, being the first one to make a start at something. For example, John and his friends had decided to voice their opinion against the new economic policy. John was the first one to be out of the gate. The next one, going places. That is, exhibiting talent and ability that will lead to a successful future. For example, Rakesh was a performer at the school sports club. It was obvious that he was going places. The next one, have one's heart set on. That is, possessing a determination to obtain something. For example, he has not become a renowned cardiologist just by chance. He has his heart set on it after his father passed away with a cardiac arrest. The next one, make headway. That is, progress in what you are trying to achieve. For example, the police have made a headway with their investigations in the terror attack on the city last Friday. The next one, punch one's weight. That is, performing beyond your ability. For example, he was not the best swimmer around, but he could win the gold medal at the state swimming competition by working hard and punching above his weight in the finals. The next one, sink your teeth into. That is, doing something with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. For example, Mari joined the badminton coaching classes. She sank her teeth into the practice sessions. Next, stand one's ground. That is, maintaining your position. For example, he stood his ground in support of his friend in spite of several family interferences. The next one, close to home. That is, a comment which is true and makes you uncomfortable is close to home. For example, Tom's comment about his friend's unethical activities was quite close to home. He looked quite embarrassed. The next one, carry the torch for. That is, having strong feelings for someone who cannot be yours. For example, he has been carrying a torch for Mamta, who is now married to Nitin, since they studied together in college. Next, cock up something. That is, failing to express your emotions or choking up your emotions. For example, she did not let her grief pour out when her father passed away. It's not good for her to cock up her feelings. Next, cut to the quick. That is, hurting someone deeply or offending them. For example, Joe had worked for 10 years with all his loyalty for his company. He was cut to the quick when his boss held him responsible for the theft. The next one, fish out of water. That is, feeling uncomfortable in unfamiliar surroundings. For example, being a French, I felt like a fish out of water in the group of Japanese. The next one, be in one's bonnet. That is, carrying an idea which constantly occupies your thoughts. For example, she is not happy being in Africa. She has a bee in the bonnet about moving to Dubai.